Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us in this session of Cekindo Window into Indonesia, a series of video where we speak to our valuable clients about their experience with setting up a business in Indonesia. I'm Faisal, Cekindo content specialist, and I'm very excited to be hosting this session today. And we are delighted to be joined by Ms. Rika Ninomia, a CBO and strategic partnership of SELLinALL, a client of Cekindo. Today, Ms. Rika will be sharing with us his experience in setting up his company in Indonesia, and our discussion will be centered around navigating into Indonesia's ever-progressing business landscape. Hello, and good afternoon, Rika.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Yeah, how are you today, by the way?
I'm very good. I'm very good. I'm very excited about this session as well because, Indonesia is like home to me, which I will share a bit more later. So
Okay.
I'm very excited to be given this opportunity. Definitely.
Okay, but before we dive into the interview, we would like to kick off with an introduction of yourself and your company, SELLinALL. Can you explain to us and our audiences about what you're doing in Indonesia with your company?
Our company is called SELLinALL, so it's Sell in All.
Mhm.
We are e-commerce enabler.
Mhm.
For some of you who may not know what that is, it's basically nowadays there are many businesses who selling online on the marketplaces on e-commerce. So
Sure.
what we do is we actually enable them. So we actually help them throughout their operation processes,
Mhm.
planning, strategic, promotional campaign, consultancy. So we do
Mhm.
all of those, but we don't just do consultancy, but we also help with the operational portion. So we give a sort of end-to-end solution. And my name is Rika, as you earlier shared. I
Mhm.
look after two departments. I look after partnerships as well as brand acquisition. So partnership meaning we generally partner with those companies who are
Mhm.
in the ecosystem of e-commerce. So it could be marketplaces, of course.
Mhm.
It could also be logistics, warehouse providers, digital marketing agencies. So we try to build a network so that we
Mhm.
can actually better support brands who's selling on e-commerce channels.
All right, sounds very interesting, and I'm excited to go deep further into your experience in setting up a business in Indonesia. Thank you for your introduction, by the way. And let's just jump into the first question.
I was actually born in Indonesia and I spent half of my life there, basically. I have seen, the advancement of the country in the last 2 decades with my own eyes,
Mhm.
right?
Okay.
As you know, as you mentioned as well, Indonesia is the largest market in Southeast Asia and it is one of the fastest growing emerging market in the region with a tremendous potential for further growth. And frankly speaking, what would Southeast Asia be without Indonesia? Indonesia currently is experiencing a rapid uh, expansion of the middle class, which has helped to transform the country's consumer market. So it's only natural that many foreign businesses identify this as an opportunity and
Mhm.
reason for market entry. Our local
Mhm.
team of e-commerce and technology experts supports both local as well as international brands
Mhm.
scale their online business by generating more sales in popular marketplaces like Shopee, Tokopedia, Lazada, and
Yeah.
Bukalapak. Yeah, and we've been very fortunate to be able to have talented sort of
Mhm.
local individual as part of SELLinALL family here in
Mhm.
Indonesia. And this is actually another thing, now foreign businesses can also benefit
Mhm.
from increasing number of higher skilled
Mhm.
workers in Indonesia, which is another reason, to consider setting up in Indonesia.
Yeah.
Initially, we were planning to set up our Indonesian company ourselves because I thought, I
Mhm.
lived there. I know how it works. I can
Yeah.
do it. So that's what we thought. But we quickly realized that that was not the best idea. To say, setting up a company in Indonesia is complicated is, I would say, understatement of the century. There are, multiple certificates that needs to be applied from various governmental offices, and even after the incorporations, navigating through numerous, registrations to ensure company can run smoothly. It's a very cumbersome process. I remember going to multiple offices to get one required document, and being told that you cannot get this document without some other document that I need to get from some other place. We were just kind
Okay.
of going around and around in circle. Then, of course, eventually, we spoke to a number of consultants, and that's where we met Cekindo, actually, and we decided to engage Cekindo. They took care of everything from incorporations to after setup, corpsec services, and they helped us tremendously in Indonesia. And now, interestingly, we are also utilizing Cekindo's services in 4 countries. So there's
Oh,
Indonesia, Thailand, yeah, Vietnam, and Philippines as well. We did see and recognize this trend, and that's exactly the reason why we wanted to set up our business in Indonesia quite early on. So now we are already, riding the e-commerce wave instead of trying to, play catch up. Organically, we expect our company growth to be 4x next year. But of course, we are aggressively recruiting and building our local teams to ensure our growth is accelerated. We hope to be able to assist more brands through their e-commerce journey and grow together with them. And Indonesia is not only complex in terms of business setup,
Yeah.
e-commerce scene is also equally complicated.
Yeah.
It's actually one of the country with the most number of online marketplaces. There's Shopee, Tokopedia, Lazada, Bukalapak, Blibli, JD, just to name a few. And each of them, each unique in its own way,
Gosh.
which sounds nice, but actually making it really difficult for brands to fully understand and therefore focus to drive growth in each of these marketplaces. And when you think you have mastered most of it, marketplaces will change, add, remove some of these, tools, features, requirements, and even policies. And on top of that, having multiple stores, multiple online stores, poses a new set of challenges operationally. So SELLinALL provides a full solution to tackle these hurdles, from a team of e-commerce experts who understand marketplaces and consumer behavior to technology platform that helps to consolidate operations. So this gives the brand more time for what's important, which is, to further scale their business. By integrating our platform to various marketplaces, hosting cards, it was able to pull and consolidate, order information, inventory, listing. So operational management is centralized to increase efficiency.
Yeah.
So this is just a tool, right? But the thing is, efficiency alone cannot scale the business. It cannot increase sales, right? So after working with quite a number of brands, building our platform, we hear this from them, and that's when we decided to add a service component to our solution. So service meaning people. People who can think creatively and dynamically to grow the business. E-commerce experts who understand the market, understand online selling, working together closely with the brands to plan and strategize on how to drive sales, how to drive revenue. We understand sometimes having a tool, it's just not enough, because we need to navigate through, this complicated and ever-changing sort of world of e-commerce.
All right. Thank you, Rika, for taking off to join us in this session. I hope our audiences will learn something about your company experience in expanding business into Indonesia. So, to sum up this session today, I can confidently say that although the COVID-19 outbreak has shaken almost all business sectors in Indonesia, it seems to bring a silver lining for e-commerce sectors since the pandemic has developed online shopping habits. From all your explanation, I can also see that your business cleverly helped other businesses to thrive by penetrating into the online market, which become a key driver for the growth in these pandemic situations and probably beyond. Thank you for joining with us today, Rika, and I look forward to seeing our viewers again in the next session.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.